Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to Love Morning. I am John Halcyon and I am back. I was not here yesterday and maybe I'll speak to that in a moment. We're here today to share some gratitude. We're here to set our sails for the day, try to remind ourselves that we have the ability to be a love ambassador. A philosophy that I was lost my faith around yesterday. So let's see if we can revisit that in a moment. But first, we will sing a song that we start right here, right now, and it comes just from the heart. We make up the words, but the truth is always the same. We sing about our gratitude. It's not just a game, it's love morning. It's love morning today. It's love morning, and good things are what we say. Welcome to Love Morning. Good morning. Good morning, Razorblade. Hello to you across the world in Australia. Good to see you. Hope you are enjoying yourself. Are you still with family? I am so pleased to start the day with you. Good morning, Nika. Good to see you as well. If you are here, leave a comment so that we can feel your presence. Maybe even share a little gratitude. So what are you grateful for today? Thanks, Razorblade. I think that song had a certain panache. Oh, I am grateful for coffee. I am grateful for an opportunity to record a Stay Spark today. I am grateful for a very low-key day yesterday and then some good quality time with Lisa. I'm grateful for her patience and grateful for our communication. I'm grateful for my parents. Got to see them over the weekend. Grateful for for Sophia's lemonade stand and craft fair that I got to visit this weekend and support a young entrepreneur, a young person learning about the value of saving money and earning money. I do enjoy a lemonade stand. Good morning, Sid. Razorblade is with family for one more day. Well, enjoy. We are live right now on Facebook and YouTube, so you might see me answering a comment that you do not see. Don't mistrust your eyes. And you could be watching this recording, in which case I think it does show the comments live. Like you can't scroll through them, but it will pop them up as they appeared when it was live. Good morning, Michael. Good morning, Jacqueline. Good morning. Jacqueline is grateful for being clear-headed from abstaining from alcohol for 6.5 months. Woo! Congrats. That is no small feat. That is no small amount of time. Bravo. It is really, it is something how hard it is to change a habit, especially one, a soothing habit like drinking or eating or not exercising. Those are changing the momentum of those habits and patterns is very hard. So give yourself a pat on the back and remember next time you're struggling that you know you can do it. Nika says, grateful for new beginnings, for coffee, for Burning Man, and just the will to keep going. Bravo to that. I've been having I had like 2 or 3, maybe 4, 5 days where I was feeling so good. I was eating better and I was exercising and they opened this like little mini gym in this complex. And so I was like going and I was like, it just was so optimistic. And I was running on the beach every morning and then my hips started hurting and my neck and back started hurting. And then I tried to take a break from caffeine because I realized that was really helping my new habits. And cutting out the stimulants and the body pain really threw me for a loop. So yesterday I did not broadcast this morning. I was in bed, and it was a interesting experience of, I was in bed, I was up probably an hour before this, probably 7:30. I was in bed and I was like, I do not want to get up and exercise. I do not want to get up and do this broadcast. I do not. And I knew that I had some control in that. And I knew that it would be good for me to just move, and that I have some control over the degree of negative that I feel. But there was a part of me that felt comfortable and was soothed by that giving up feeling. Now, at about 9:00, when I was about to go live, I did get up and I went for a walk, and I did jump in the ocean, and I floated in the ocean for a while. And actually, I think I timed it so that I was probably floating in the ocean at 9:00 yesterday. And I did, I was trying to be aware of my own tendency to support the negative feelings and just trying to let it go and float and bob around the ocean. And so I did have a little lightness. So even though I wasn't here live, I was trying to practice as best I could yesterday that conscious choosing of my mindset. But it was tough for me yesterday. Razorblade is grateful for Mom. She has to have a small procedure today. We will all send positive healing thoughts to your mom, and I'm glad that you can be with her. Jacqueline's going to do Burning Man completely sober and awake for the first time in 16 years. I absolutely understand the depth of that kind of undertaking and the challenges. Bravo. I'll tell you that for me, what was very helpful, maybe not helpful, but what I needed to do was to reframe my whole goals and to think to myself, and it really didn't click until I got home, that my goal was not to have the most fun ever at Burning Man. And why can't I have as much fun sober? But my goal is not to have as much fun. My goal is to find things that are enjoyable within a bigger goal of sticking to my commitment to not do certain chemicals. And so if I can stick to that commitment, even if the rest of the experience is a struggle and isn't as fun as I wish it was or as it used to be, to know that I stuck to the decisions of my higher self, of my super ego, of what I know to be required for my highest self and truth and the best of me. So this year is going to be real interesting. I'm actually in the process today of deciding how long am I going to stay. Right now, it looks like I'm only going to be there Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It'll be only 3 full days, I think is my burn plan. And then leaving Saturday about the time of the burn, getting there Tuesday, probably dark time. So we'll see. Bravo, Jacqueline. Juan, hola. Juan is grateful to just get their motorcycle back from the impound in Mexico. Yikes, that does not sound like an easy mission. Bravo on your success. Sid says, grateful for my body. Just beat my personal record for a mile run. Yes. 11:36. Hey, it's a personal best is personal best. I don't care. I almost didn't even read it because it doesn't matter how fast it was. It's that you beat your personal best. And that is all we are ever doing is the only comparison that should ever happen is to yourself. And even that should be careful because the only comparison is to where we are in that day. As I'm feeling achy this morning. I still went to the gym and I was trying to do best I could, but really trying to focus on what am I capable of today, not being frustrated by what I was hoping I could do or what I was once able to do. Good job, Sid. Good job. Nika says, I'm convinced we are at war with our minds to a degree, but able to push through is so real. It's not talked about enough. We are awesome humans. Oh, we are absolutely at war with our minds. Oh my goodness, yes. Yes, we have however you want to frame it. You could say I've got an id, ego, and superego. You could say I've got sometimes I think about my right now me and my future me. Like my future me knows exactly what to eat to be healthy. My right now me wants ice cream. That's a war that's always happening. Right now me and what's long-term me, which is kind of superego and id. There's another battle going on inside you, which is all the parts. Ever heard of parts work, where you've got like your inner critic and you've got your inner cheerleader and you've got your I'm blanking now, but there's all these different parts of yourself that are fighting to be in control, to protect you. And it is that war that causes so much struggle. And the more that can become aware of what you're talking about, Nika, the more that we become aware that we have a constant battle within us, the more we can start to realize that whoever is in control is not the only voice. So if we're depressed, if we think we suck, that is when that voice, when that part of us is in control, winning the war, it feels like they're the only one that really matters. They're the only one that knows what's going on. And even if in the future my confident self gets in control, it's going to be a lie. It's going to be bullshit. So, but if you know that war's always happening. In fact, yesterday when I was floating in the ocean and I skipped gratitude because I just couldn't summon the gratitude, I was like, I am grateful that even though I feel so shitty, I know I will not always feel this way. It's hard to believe that in the moment, but a part of me knows. And that's when the knowledge of the war can be super helpful. Good morning, Eddie. Good morning. And good morning, Gerbot. So grateful to see you live and have your energy as a part of the broadcast. Good morning, John. I am doing well. Thank you. Well, I'll say I'm doing well. I am fluctuating and dealing with some struggles, and there's a lot that I feel like I need to do, and sometimes that becomes overwhelming to me. I need to do a number of things to prepare for Burning Man. I need to do a number of things to prepare for possibly moving, and those two are tough. But I have so many blessings. Nika says, what I love about Burning Man is it mirrors us in so many ways on growth and improvement, recognition of ego. Yes. Jacqueline's saying about the sober burn. I look forward to discover what I haven't before. Yes. Gerbot is grateful for unusually clear and warm weather in Amsterdam. Nika saying, intuition saying, do a smaller burn this year. Only 4 days. Well, look at that. Well, maybe we're on to something. I mean, it's too early to start anticipating what the burn is going to be like, but it looks to be hot and smoky right now. Yay. Painey is grateful for a new dinghy. No leaks. Woo! And unusually, surprisingly, I believe that you mean dinghy in a non-metaphorical way. I'm often grateful for my dinghy, but I only mean symbolically. Thanks, Painty. Jacqueline shared, I'm being depressed about a relationship split, but there's a part of me that knows this feeling won't last. Yes, isn't that's part of wisdom, a huge part of wisdom. John is getting over his stroke from a year ago. That's got to be really just totally got to recalibrate your whole baseline and goals, and what you can, like, that goes back to that, like, comparing yourself to right now. If you are healing from a stroke, you can't be frustrated that you're not where you were the year before. You could, speaking to that personal best feeling, I'm a runner myself, so I know that feeling when you realize your body can do it, that anything is possible. It's like giving yourself a hug, all about personal accomplishments and achievements. I have not been in that place for a long time, but I do remember, gosh, this had to be maybe 10 years ago, and I was starting to run more. And I had this moment when I was running and realizing that I can just keep running if I wanted to. And I could just explore the neighborhood. And I'm usually running like to a point and back, to a point and back, to a point and back. And just, it feels like a real struggle. But to get over that hump and like, oh, like I'm capable. I could go explore the neighborhood and know that wherever I go, I'll be able to run back from there. I remember that feeling of trusting my body, like I'd earned this trust. Okay, any last gratitudes before we have a hug? We got to end pretty darn soon because we're starting recording Stay Sparked momentarily. Our topic, I think, is going to be out rumors and gossip. I've got a lot of thoughts about that. So stay tuned for that episode. And if you don't listen to Stay Sparked, maybe have a look-see on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. So I'm grateful to be feeling a little bit better today, grateful to share this day with you, grateful for this feeling of community and connection, and reminder that as we look out into the world, we are surrounded by like-minded, open-hearted people, and sometimes it just takes a little opening from us to give others permission to be a permissionary, to be a love ambassador. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And wherever you are, give yourself a big old squeeze. Feel yourself being held by me and everyone here as you squeeze me and us, and we sink from our identity of our bodies into this collective we, sinking in, recognizing the shared experiences, the unique details, but shared patterns and themes and heart tugs and desires as we sink into that shared human experience, taking a deep breath in and squeezing. On behalf of Grandpa Caleb and all of us here, thanks for being here for this Love Ambassador morning. I love you. Have an awesome day. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you. And check out Burner Prep on Instagram.